Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. It is a Sunday night. We are here for our penultimate episode of 4 Become 1, our little Greyhawk campaign that we've got going on here. Uh, I will periodically mute myself to cough, but it's a good time. Uh, we are here for the good times and the fun times, but we're going to go around, let all of my wonderful players introduce themselves, and then I have a surprise for everybody watching at home. So we're going to start with directly next to me on the overlay. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Welcome back.
I'm
Hope you're doing
doing
well.
great. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to pen all the ultimates, as other doc pointed out. Um, I'm hoping that the surprise has something to do with fire. I don't know why, but that just seems like it'd be great. I'm your player of Gunnar, the uh, paladinic, athletic, constitutionally questionable, uh, quasi leader ish, not really, but older brother of Yrsa nonetheless.
Yep. So very, very true. Very, very true. And then next up is directly. Oh, they're in. I have to fix this. Excuse me. There we go. Directly underneath Chris on the overlay. No, I was right the first time. Why did I mess things up? Directly underneath Chris on the overlay is PB. Hey PB, how you doing? How's life for you all?
I'm good. Hi, hello. I am playing today Civ Iron Fury, our favorite hammer throwing dwarf, who is. Oh, right. Oh, I'm about to just have an experience right at the beginning of this a stream. Very, very excited for it. Very excited to see how that goes.
I'm excited to see how that goes. I am here for all of the excitement because of this. Um, and then next to PB, we have Lynn. Hey Lynn, how you doing? How's life for you today?
Oh, doing good. Hey everyone, I'm Lynn, she, they, and tonight I am playing Ven, they, them, the ancient knowledge cleric of the Wanderer, who is, just trying to see where things align cosmologically, just think about stuff like that. Um, Worrying also still for Yrsa's where's Yrsa's soul is going, also, even though no one else seems to. Well, most everyone else seems to. But we'll see.
Oh, okay. Hey everybody, if I sound quieter, tell me that because I am getting over being sick, so I'm not as loud in public as I usually am. So if you need me to be louder, tell me that and I can be louder. Um,
Jesus Christ.
I am indeed. Okay, I can fix that. I can fix that. Is that better, everybody? Is that better? Okay. All right. Hello, wonderful people. How we doing? We're gonna let the alerts go for a second. Thank you for those gift subs, Chris. We appreciate you for all of that.
And Pope.
And Pope, thank you for those gift subs as well. We appreciate that. Um, uh, and then last but certainly not least, hey Lindy, how are you?
Hi. Everything hurts, but I'm okay. I'm here and I'm excited to date some deities. Question. I mean, they're showing up. They're popping up in places and I'm swapping shifts with people. Watch shifts, hopefully, fingers crossed. It's not gonna go as well as Ursa thinks, but it's gonna be great nonetheless. I'm Lindy, I'm playing Ursa Elf Jarl, the elf barbarian paladin ish type figure. And, she's just doing the best she can with the brain cells that she has.
That is true. That is true. She is doing
Yep.
the best she can. We appreciate her for doing the best she can. If you want to follow along at home, hi. First of all, here is your link to all of the NPCs. Some of them might be relevant in the near future. There is also a where is it? There is also a go live post. If you share that go live post, you can help the wonderful players. And I will even say, because this is the penultimate episode, that you might be able to use that, carry over that assistance from, if they get from today to next week, just for reasons that might become relevant later. You know, no reason whatsoever, just because I'm a kind and benevolent GM and I want to do nice things for my players.
Hooray!
There's also a merch store. But before we dive into all of the fun, someone has a gift for Lindy. The wonderfully fabulous, overwhelmingly great KY Hawkeye has a gift for Lindy. This is Lindy's gift, everybody. I hope you can appreciate this.
Not hearing anything.
Okay, so let's see if I can fix this. Because... why did technology fail me, everybody? Please hold for 30 seconds while I fix this.
Bring you the world's greatest new game show. It is time for the Deity Game, and here is your host, Jim Lang.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Deity Game. Every week we bring out a fresh new paladin, ready to make their vows in servitude to their deity. But what deity will they choose? Every week we present 3 deities willing to take on new paladins into their service. Each one gets a question, and based on their response, our paladin-to-be will select a deity whose banner they will raise. And here they are. Deity number 1, please introduce yourself.
I am Hextall, the god of war, discord, massacres, conflicts, fitness, and tyranny.
Deity number 2, please introduce yourself.
I am Deragor.
And finally, deity number 3, please introduce yourself.
I am Gatlin, the Archer.
And now, everyone welcome me and our new paladin-to-be, Yrsa. Now, Yrsa, please ask these deities your questions.
Deity number 1. I love my new weapon. Big Bone Daddy. How do I best honor you when fighting with it if I become your paladin?
I expect you to be mean, cruel, and heartless. And that is on your good days. In all you do, I expect you to be glorious in your merciless battles with your enemies as you wield Big Bone Daddy in my name. You must be fierce with those around you. Kill all that oppose you, and obey me as a slave to their master. And pet a kitten once a week.
Deity number 2. I have heard that you can be quite wild at times. How wild would things get if I serve you as paladin?
I want you to be truly wild, truly savage. You will need to have bloodlust and enjoy the pain you inflict on those around you. You never nip, you rip their throats out. And never get too chummy with your siblings. Take it from me, it's bad news. Otherwise, just be a howling good killer.
Deity number 3. I have heard you may be a bit more laid back than the other deities here today. What exactly are you looking for in a paladin?
Oh, darling. I expect you to revel in the world around you. Explore the lands. Be out there and keep the forest free from those who would spoil it. I expect you to only be the best at everything that you attempt. And I expect nothing less than a high body count when you are done. And to kill a lot of people.
And that is all we have time for. So, who will you choose to serve as paladin to? Deity number 1, Deity number 2, or Deity number 3? We will find out after a word from our sponsors.
Thank you for that, Hawkeye. I apologize for the technical difficulty on my playing of it, but thank you for that, Hawkeye and Lindy. We appreciate this for the Deity game. But, last we left off, Irsa was having a conversation with a charming fellow in the woods.
Yes, and I'd stepped away for a brief moment to wake up Civ.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Civ, everyone else, Gunnar is in his meditation.
Yeah.
Ven is asleep. Civ, you have just been woken up by Ursa telling you it's a page, what? Page
28, I think?
It was page 28? It was 28. I think it was 28. Page...
Page 28, sir. I need you to switch watches with me. I need you to take over the rest of my watch.
Talking about page 28?
And I'm like holding the book open.
What?
And like
Did
pointing at it, but
fi-
you can see over the book there is someone sitting on a rock. Just
You
There's
finished the game? Is
no. He's
is
here
someone
right
sitting
now.
over there?
Yes.
Is there a stranger
You're
in our
Ellen.
camp
No.
right now?
Not a stranger, he's a deity. It's fine.
You know he's a deity.
Cause he said so and he looks like the picture.
You're telling me there's some random dude in our who just told you they're a
What
god and you're
random
believing it?
dudes run around
And
saying that they're deities, but also he like knows stuff about like other deities. Like he's like, you've got Hextor's mark on you, and blah blah blah.
Hextor's mark on you? What does that even
Yeah.
mean? I'm scrambled. I'm getting up. And I'm just like
Yeah, he wants to go bang in the woods. So like, can you take over watch for me?
You're going to go.
He also kind of confirmed that last night was a deity too.
So someone has been stalking our camp. They know that we're up to some deity stuff. And now they're trying to bang you? Well,
they wouldn't have to do all that just to bang me.
That's a random man over there.
No, like random dudes could just go, "Hey, you're so wanna bang," and I'd be like, "Sure." Like, they wouldn't need to go through all that work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they don't need to know. Ben, Gunnar, Ben.
What?
Brother.
I'm
Rather you wake up Ven than my brother.
Ben.
Yes. What? Yes. Oh,
There's a random man in our camp right now that Ursa wants to go fuck.
It's not a random man. It's God Dylan. He's here, page 28.
He's not a god. That's a random dude on the rock.
No, he totally said he's God Dylan, though.
You think gods need to look like that?
What?
There's just random dudes sitting on rocks.
Did any of you eat something? It's what? It's
just
random man. Random man.
Only you're cooking.
Do you see this? Look, that's just he's just over there. Look,
All right.
look at him.
Being so uncool right now.
What do you mean? This is. What do you mean? Your random man is in our camp right now.
All right, let me go.
Like, there's never been a random man in our camp before.
All right, can we talk to him? All right. Do you mind?
Yeah.
I mean, just be cool about it, okay?
I don't.
Like, he said I've got, like,
It's-
Hextor's mark on me. He wants to play a game and stuff, and you know.
And you said it was who?
God villain.
Ah,
Page 28. I like hold
okay.
up page 28. Like hand the book to Ben.
ah, ah.
We
We'll
had like a
speak
whole
with-
long conversation. It was totally cool. I was totally cool.
Give
the
us a
whole time.
minute. And Ben would like walk.
In the back, you just hear me admonishing Irsa about bringing a random man to our camp.
The first time I've done this before. You didn't admonish me the last dozen times. Come on.
To be fair,
Maybe
you
you'll
never
fall
actually
asleep
brought
during
them
lunch.
into the camp. You took them away.
Usually not. I mean, sometimes they stay for breakfast.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm assuming Bishop stayed for breakfast.
He did. He did. Yeah.
You also want to random man.
Mm-hmm.
Ven, you are going up to this
Mhm.
figure who is shifting. Like I mean, it's late autumn, so he's in a very brown, and it's winter, so it's like browns and grays, and like muted greens. Those of us of a certain group would call that perhaps army drab green.
Mm-hmm. Well, you certainly do look the part.
And there's a pause and a cock of his head, and he goes, "Ah, Ven. You're the Wanderer's child. How has the last 1,000 years been for you?"
Seeing the wonders of the material plane. Can't complain.
It's always good when one gets to sit around and have fun or extend their experiences.
Fun, pilgrimage. Oh, if you do it right, they are the same thing. But what exactly brings you here? Or we have an idea, but just like some
And I can
confirmation.
imagine that, like, Ven can see me over Gadthalin's shoulder with Civ in the background, and I'm
Mhm.
pointing like, it's me that brought him here.
Stop that. Let me talk to him.
If you two want to join, you're more than free.
Oh, but they're very entertaining at the moment.
Hmm.
It's
I mean, if we truly wanted privacy, like I think Ven will telepathic. We could talk like this, but this will be good enough.
and he would respond telepathically, and it's the effort of somebody who is just naturally loud to not be so,
Mm-hmm.
right? He does not wish to break your brain
Mm-hmm.
by speaking telepathically to a person who is sworn to a different deity, right? Like, he is a different god. You are sworn
Mhm.
to a god that he doesn't have a problem with.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to actually break your brain. So he's like trying to do that I'm talking with
Okay.
my inside voice kind of thing, but you can tell
Okay.
that he's putting effort
Yeah.
into doing so.
Which is like, it's giving more credence that this is. Ven just wants to make sure this is who they say they are. Okay, so you're here to see your son then.
Well, I was asking if she would do me a favor. A kindness. But then, plenty of reasons to do so.
Hmm. It wasn't that she prayed really loudly in the night for someone,
I mean,
Or-
that was part of it.
or perhaps some other business with some other god brought you here. So.
Well, both of those things.
Hmm.
I don't really object to Hextor. He doesn't bother me and mine for the most part.
So you're here just for fun, or are you here for?
Oh no, I'm here to encourage her to murder somebody.
Oh, of course. If you don't mind me prying, who?
A gentleman of your physical plane,
Mm.
attached to the one you call Halfred.
Oh. Hmm.
A blasphemer
Oh.
and a heretic.
How badly?
Usually when one falsely swears in my name. It's not that big a deal. A small arrangement in the ice or snow. Bears are very aggressive this time of year. Don't want to wake one up, right? But pacts have been made, and I cannot cross into this plane of existence. And he kind of like puts his hand through the rock that he's sitting on without other agreements in place.
Oh, so you need a representation in retribution and comeuppance, so to speak.
But since you're going that way anyways, and she does have the mark of Hextor on her, I thought, why not?
Didn't we necessarily want to make a play for yours a pledge or anything like that?
I figured that
Soul-wise.
would be a secondary matter if it got to it. We should see
it
how
is-
we work well together or not first.
But that option is open, though.
All options are open. But I'm not going to offend my brother by attempting to steal out from under him. Same way I wouldn't do the same for you. And really, pledges are secondary when you have to remember that promises and what are considered legally binding contracts are a give and take, and you don't actually have to use the word I promise or I vow for one to be in place. Technically, at the moment, she still bears his mark and her vow is to him. So, he still answers her call. I'm not going to offend him.
And if she were to pledge herself to you, would that get rid of the...
She would have to avoid committing heresy first. Perhaps have a discussion.
I mean, heresy against a undeserving god is not exactly the worst thing.
There's a long pause. Many say I'm undeserving.
I mean, it's all perspective.
Exactly. My brother is not a harm to me. Why do I care? What he chooses to do in whichever manifestation he chooses to present himself as.
And since you don't care about what happened to your brother's charges, you're here for just, what was it, personal amusement?
Accessibility, personal amusement, violence, all of the above. And you were kind to Dagor's priest. Not many are.
Do we get the hint that this is actually him? After this...
Without even a roll, you can confirm that is him. If you wish to roll insight, you can see if you can get additional information.
You know what? Sure, why not? Since we're here and having this conversation.
Since we're here.
Since you're in the middle of this conversation, it's like
Yeah, let's... 15.
15. He, again, without even the roll, everything that you're kind of embracing is that he is a deity. You've experienced conversations with a deity on the material plane before. You know that they are bound by certain limitations, right? Like, he can't act on the material plane himself without some sort of agent.
Yes.
And the request that he's making is not uncommon. And the fact that he's making it to someone who is ostensibly a paladin, but ostensibly also a paladin who's been reaching out, shall we say, means that there's a conduit availability for him to do so, right? Like, there's a pathway for him to act, even though this is usually not would not be like, you all wouldn't necessarily be, I mean, you might, perhaps, if you were dedicated hunters, Irsa and Gunnar are both elves. He's a elven deity, not one of the big, numbers, but it wouldn't be uncommon for him to perhaps answer prayers for the hunt for these kind of people. And so because of that, it's like he took advantage of a loophole, but he's not, it's like he's using the rules that he has in place, but he's not breaking those rules. Yeah. He's asking a favor of another deity's paladin to do a thing, but he's not actively in this moment attempting to solicit to Irsa as a paladin, and thereby,
Yeah. Okay, that's all. That's all that we want to know. This is entirely up to Irsa on this matter, and we see no reason why we should intercede in this grievance that you have. So what we're saying is, have a good night.
You as well.
In the background, you just have heard over the conversation here and there. It's like, you're trying to sleep with a ghost. Did you see that? Just go straight through the rock.
On the bingo board, okay? So even if it is a
Why are you
ghost,
gonna bango a ghost?
what's wrong with that?
He'll just go through. I can't
I
touch
think-
you.
I think before
We'll figure it out.
before Van comes back, she'll kind of like whisper to him, if you do less than 9-5, it's gonna be real embarrassing.
Do you think they're aware that we can hear them?
They're very loud. Let's just play along.
Okay. Is she aware that, well, technically it was an avatar, not my brother, my cousin. It's like complicated. We're gonna call it complicated.
It's like, you're marked by that guy. What?
I know when you pointed out.
You have it? Where is it? Turn around.
I don't see
Turn
it.
around.
Where?
I don't see it either. Is it on your back? Turn around. Okay, let me.
No.
Is it a? Get
Maybe it's
closer
on
to
my
the fire.
butt.
I can't see.
I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. I don't see anything over there.
I don't see a mark
Then
either. I don't
Ben
know
will
what they're
walk
talking
over
about.
and just be like, it's kind of everywhere. It's not any one place. It just means on you someplace.
What does that mean? What do you mean there's a mark on her? How long has it been on her?
It's just a claim on the soul, a light claim, a pledge to promise, that sort of thing. It's not a mark. It's not. You can't see it.
Did you? When did you pledge yourself to Haxor? When did that? I thought you said you didn't do that.
I never said anything that I would.
You
Well, apparently he seemed to think so.
So you
Apparently he does.
You must have implied somewhere, and somehow not making the astro. It's not like a solicitor thing. It's a means and what they feel like is a pledge, sort of
I don't
thing.
know what
Times
they
I've
feel
told
like
you to
would
be
be a
specific with your
pledge.
words.
Was pretty specific.
Not
and
everything
not
can be an
agreeing to anything.
innuendo. It's a god. You can't be ambiguous with a god.
That was what you're supposed to do, like the Fae.
They don't take. No, that's the exact opposite with a god.
fuck.
They'll take advantage of it.
Oh, well,
Well, regardless, you do have it, and
how do we get rid
you'll
of
have
it?
Yeah, how do we get rid of that?
you can reject it, but that's heresy to Haxor. But you could also pledge yourself to someone else, which would also be. That would be a great, like a slap in the face, and I don't think he would take that lightly. So
That's kind of a slap in the face to put a mark all over me without my permission. That's kind of
I mean, he
rude.
can't just walk over and like punish you, but he can send people, probably followers. But I don't know if that doesn't seem like something you necessarily worry about.
Not really, no.
Well, apparently, I mean, if there were a ghost god over there,
Yeah.
Not a
what are
Oh my
ghost,
god,
just
that
a-
would
just
shoot
a-
off two
know?
bango boxes.
Not a ghost, just he. They can't fully be on this plane. Fully.
Not fully, but partially.
Partially.
Okay.
Ooh, so that's not going to be a good score on the
I
in the
mean,
book,
I
though.
don't know. It depends what partials.
I mean, that's entirely up to him. So
I just
Will
I mean, they
you
are
cover my
gods.
watch for me, Civ? Gosh.
So what
can't
we hear
just-
says like everything is okay, as momentous as if this moment should be.
Uh-huh.
It is them.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Yes.
I-
Just
is
wanted
that
to
not
make sure.
heresy to fuck a god that's not your god? Won't they get mad at that? Especially with the way Hexor's and Nereus's weird relationship works?
No. I mean, take offense,
Also-
but it's not heresy. It's
There we go.
you can
see?
do it. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm good at doing it.
Just like you can have sex with another priest. It's a different thing. It's you're not
You
present
have
your
sex
soul.
with a different priest? It doesn't have to be like in.
No,
priests have
we
sex?
done.
I
I
thought
mean,
that was
like
a whole.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
No, we've
Depends
done that
depends on
before.
the deity. Yeah.
it's not.
See, and I hold up,
Sacrilege.
and priest is like checked off on the mega board.
Do you even win the bingo board? Like, what is the point of the bingo board?
I gotta get
It's
like
so
a line.
big.
Well, yeah.
It's so big.
What's
I
left on the
like a
line?
nine.
challenge
Grid.
myself.
What's left on your line? The closest line. Just curious.
Oh well, we've got ghost and
I don't think you
uh,
can cross ghosts out yet.
not yet at least. Okay. That's one line is just missing ghost. Honestly, we've got free space, which I've put in deity for because that works. We've got on this row, we've got vampire and werewolf. I probably shouldn't have put them in the same row, but what's done is done.
I mean, you have a long
Um,
life. You have a long life, so might be both.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, I can explain more about the bingo board later.
You stay right here. Right here.
What do you mean?
I'll be right back. You stay right here. I'll be right back. And I'll go over and talk to.
But I'm also gonna
what's his
need that
name?
axe back.
God, yeah. What do you mean? You're not getting the.
No, I need it. I need to kill the guy. I can't drop it. It's like a challenge.
Wait,
what the
wait.
fuck does that even mean? What are your intentions with Irsa?
To have her kill
You're
someone.
see.
so uncool.
Have her kill someone, okay?
She needs
Now-
to carry that axe from here to there and kill them
Yeah.
with it.
Kill him with it.
Very simple.
Super easy.
Yeah, nothing simple. I've read the book. I know that things aren't that
I've
simple
read
with you
the
guys.
book.
You are aware that this is written by an idiot human, right?
Okay, and
Attempting to
do you have a better book for me?
many, actually. Do you wish to partake of vows? Because this is usually the level of theology debate of someone who is looking for a god. I'm sure
This is
that one, and he gestures to Gunnar, could introduce you to a few.
and I'm just my interest lies solely with making her sure that she over there
Don't know
does
her.
not end up in a contract, a binding whatever, with a god that is unfavorable to her. That is where my level of theology lies.
Define unfavorable because she's already got a contract.
You're telling me, why do you think I now have to try and vet you? Because she did
think
this on her own,
we-
and now I'm nervous about her talking to other gods.
Well, we think that his portfolio is more would be to yours liking than Hexor, at least. There are commonalities. It wouldn't be the worst.
What happens if she drops this axe?
Couldn't say.
So just don't.
The divine
okay.
mysteries of the universe, you understand.
No, I don't. You're not. You're standing right in front of me. You're the one that's gonna do the thing. What do you mean you can't tell me what the consequences of the actions are gonna be? It's like telling me here are the rules and then not telling me how what's gonna happen if I break them. Do I die? Do I get sent to an opposite plane of existence? Do I get, I don't know, become the true toy of some god's pet?
Not
Or do I just get a
usually.
paper cut? Like, what is the consequence of this action?
Intention matters. Did she drop it as she falls unconscious, being stabbed through the heart, attempting to complete the actions that I have given her?
You're gonna fault her for dropping the axe if she dies?
Or does
What do you want her to do? To hold it to death?
It's part of the deal. You are aware that there are reasons why we have... Oh, and there's a long sigh and an eyebrow rub. This is why I don't deal with mortals. So
I think yes. In like Ven will kind of whisper into like, it's a divine thing. They're all like this.
They're all like this.
Yeah, but this one's in front of me, I say aloud. This one can explain themselves. Especially if they want to do something with Yrsa.
I win if I get it. If I do it, though, I win a prize.
What do you win? What's the prize? You're already gonna sleep with him. Certainly that's not the prize.
Agreements can be changed. Deals can be brokered. Offers can be made. But
that's not how contracts work, though.
That's how all contracts
You make a contract?
Work. You can
maybe I don't have to do hexed or blasphemy if I do this thing, and we can just swap the rules. A little market change or doodle.
My brother has allowed me to make this offer to his paladin. Now, she might be allowed, if she completes the task, to make a choice.
You know how great I am with choices.
She might be allowed.
Oh, we have a question. How much interference is allowed from your brother in this matter? None? Some?
Oh, Hextor and I aren't fighting about this. It's a negotiation of an offer. I'm doing...
Oh.
He's willing to allow this for me. I'm doing a favor for him.
Mm-hmm.
Does that favor involve us at all?
No.
Okay.
And there's a long pause. Not currently in this time, at this place, in this moment. I forget timelines are much more concrete for mortals.
I don't know what that means, but we're gonna continue on with the, it doesn't matter to me
Are you
at this
taking
moment
my
in time.
watch? Should have spoken to my brother.
So she drops the thing, and then it's punished for it.
I think Ven will telepathically whisper to Gunnar. Civ might need your help in clarifying some disagreements. We're there is a god here. Sorry for waking you up.
I'm so sorry I had to wake you up. There's a god outside.
I really hate to do this to you.
Gunnar rouses and says, I have been diligently trying to meditate through all of this nonsense.
And this is why we are one of Cord's favorites.
But no, not without some sort of tangible benefit will she get the axe back.
I'm trying to tell you that the tangible benefit is for her to have the axe back. But I can't tell you more than that. Because you... all...
Her destiny is to have a sword.
No. I'm going to give you this one. I'm going to give you this one. You are a cleric of Cord, and you are a priest of the Wanderer. And the two of you saw an individual who changed her behaviors after she got a big shiny axe and didn't think perhaps she might be slightly, I don't know, cursed.
Oh my god, I'm cursed?
He's cursed? Since when are you cursed? Is this the mark? Is this the mark you guys are talking about?
It's not Deity Bukake.
Oh, I did not expect the hero deity Gadhulan to admonish me for not being, shall we say, draconic in the way that I believe.
Draconic? No. Suspicious? I kill
Have you-
people for less. Like,
Have you
straight
been
up, I've
inside
killed
my
people for
mind?
less.
You kill people for less. We don't.
This is obvious.
Well, I have killed people for less, but not my own blood.
No,
This is
but this
also-
is why you go suspicious. Ooh, wait, big shiny thing. She's not acting right. Maybe I think about this. But I'm not judging you. Well, I'm judging you a little bit, but I judge everyone.
This is a matter
It's
of the
kind
soul.
of a given.
This is the matter of the soul, and this is tied to the mark. This is something that she has to decide
curse?
herself.
Would you just like undo a curse or like God curse is
I
different?
don't
I'm
know if
talking
you
to
can.
Ursa.
Yeah. Do you think it could like how is a god curse different than a normal curse? Or did it start as a normal curse and evolve into a god curse?
Oh, look, Ursa, you're right.
Oh my god, I'm right. Not a lot of people say that.
But
People don't say that
perhaps
enough.
you might consider the fact that I am giving you an offer where you might have a choice at the end. And he's like stressing words as he says this.
So I'm gonna need the axe and the night off. Like that's it. That's it. That's all. And I probably won't ask for anything else for a little while.
And then, like a week and a half of just carrying this so you can go murder somebody that you were planning to kill anyways.
Yeah. See, it'll be
Well,
fine.
2 people. One that you were planning to kill on anyways, and one you didn't know that you were going to plan to kill anyways, but he's already there, so you hadn't met him yet, so it's a thing.
Was I not
see.
planning to
You guys
murder?
always say God speak mysteriously, but like right here, just plain and simple, in common.
But wait
You
a
just have to
second.
ask real nicely.
Why does he think he's all like has any sort of power when he doesn't know that I was planning on killing Halfrin?
Oh, no. Halfred, I was fully know that you were planning to kill. It's the individual that you don't know about but is attached to Halfred. And therefore, I really want dead, so, you didn't
Well, then
know
tell
about
me
him
who
yet
this
because
is.
he's... Huh?
Tell me who this is.
Oh, well, he was a priest of mine. And then he has sworn, he's committed heresy and blasphemy and started serving the archdevils. So,
Oh.
since you were already going to kill Halfred, and this individual who was a priest of Halfred, who served me and is a priest that is currently protecting Halfred, you didn't know that he existed, so you didn't know that you were planning to kill him. But now that I told you that he existed and I really want him dead, you can kill him for me, as he turns and says to Ursa.
So she has to kill the priest.
With that axe.
Yes.
But it makes your life easier too, because he's protecting Halfred.
I'm like I've never killed a priest before. Come on.
Liar.
Yeah, we have killed like we've
Killed the priest
like,
of Grumsh to get the
other
axe.
priests.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
Multiple
say.
times.
priests before.
You've
It's like
killed
it's not like
lots
I've
of
never
priests.
killed a priest. Yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh,
Wouldn't be
okay.
the first time.
Sorry,
I thought you said you had never killed a priest. I was like,
No. That could have been the internet. Choosing what to piss him through. Yeah.
fair enough.
No, it's
fair
not like
enough.
we've never killed a priest before. Come on.
Oh, I've got no problem with killing a heretic, especially one
It'll
that's
be fine.
worshipping archdevils.
I just don't want you to get marked by another god without you knowing that's going to happen, or any other sort of curse thing apparently that they could do.
I mean, she does know now.
Yeah, thanks
true.
a lot to you two. How long have you guys known she's been marked?
And I'm like, yes, Siv's attention has moved away from me.
I'm like holding on to like
Oh,
your
no.
your belt loop. I'm like, no, you sit down.
Well, I mean, ever since she didn't, ever since she snapped back about not touching the magic items, so about where the dragon was.
That was so long ago. Why did I have to come to you to ask why Irsa was
And
acting weird?
And we said it was a matter of her soul and that she had to
She has-
reconcile
Can't you
that on her own.
remove curses?
Remove curses, but the curse does not remove your mark.
would it have stopped the weirdness? At least? The advancement of the weirdness?
Why do you think we took the axe?
But
Until
not
the
the
weirdness
curse?
started, we didn't know that was part of things. And if it was just
Well, we
a cursed item, we wouldn't have been able to take the axe.
Cursed items always work, I don't think.
I'm
But you
starting
all
to
can
feel
talk about this.
real smart in this.
After you take my watch.
Okay, so let's just clarify this, so we can all help you in your endeavors,
Okay.
so you don't die and become a true toy of a god dog. Okay?
Okay.
She, after her dalliance with you, she has to hold this axe and go and kill this guy.
Yeah.
And not drop it once.
Drop
Or
it
does she
is
have
the
to hold
key
it during the
term.
dalliance?
Drop it is the key term
So
here.
I can't set it down. So I can like set it down. I was kind of wondering how I was gonna like wipe my ass. In the 12 days between. But now that I know I can set it down, that's good terminology. Dropping it. Yep. I'll just gently
This is why we
lean it against the
clarify.
tree.
Okay. Then we get there and we kill. It doesn't matter what order we kill them, just so long as he dies. Yes?
I'm just telling you it's going to be easier to you do the priest first because, you know.
Usually is.
Yes.
They heal. No offense.
Yeah.
then.
I mean, ideally people want to kill them. It's just, plans don't always work out the way you want them to. Okay. So just so long as he dies is okay. And then
no, he has to die due to the axe.
with the axe. Yeah,
Yeah,
Irsa has
the
to
axe
kill
has the
him.
influence, yes.
Okay. And then that is the end of that contract, and then you have your discussions afterwards. That is it. It is just axe, kill, done.
Axe killed
All
choice.
right.
Really.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's,
axe
it's
kills
still up
choice,
to
of course.
Ursa at the end.
Of course.
Which is what I've been saying from the beginning. Is that it's up to
Okay.
Ursa.
All right. Yeah, but Irsa didn't know. That's the issue. Doesn't matter. Okay. And this happens in the morning is when this deal starts, or after you leave
Sounds way
Irsa's
soon.
side?
I don't think that matters. It has to happen, or she has to have the axe from when we leave here, because he said from here to there. Not a time,
Okay.
but a distance.
Okay. I just have to clarify. The book says the gods can be tricksy.
No, you're right.
Oh, totally correct.
All
in that
right.
matter.
But he's not one that's here to cause problems. He's one here trying to solve one of his own problems. Well, not really a problem, more of a minor annoyance, but one that actually bothers him in such a way he wants it dead.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
Now, before you go, could I have the name of the book that you wanted to recommend me? Because I would like to read it.
And that is not an ask for a pledge. Literally, all Civ wants to do is read.
And he
Let's try
will
to start a book club once.
gesture, and a parchment will kind of float in front of you for a little while. It'll have a reading list, like 4 books listed.
Mhm.
Pick up my reading glasses.
And they will give me one moment. Do you think I don't have this
How you spell
prepared?
that word?
I do. I do.
I always forget that the O goes before the U.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You would definitely like to investigate the writings on the Gruglach, Grugach. It's very important to him because he's, one of their primary deities. There are 2 types of wild elves in Greyhawk. Wild elves and wood elves, what we call sylvan elves. The Grugach are the wild elves. He would on the Sul Empire volumes 17 and 18 relating to religion. You would say the rest is a complete history of the Sul Empire written by an individual. There's a pause there that's intentional. And an overarching introductory to comparative religions of the Felnas by Quizarch Sadarak.
Okay, got it.
And he gestures on the 2 volumes of On the Sul Empire. It was a little thick and dense, but it's a good progression. On the religions of the Felnas is a good broad introductory. This is not even a children's book. It's wrong. It's wrong in some places. But what do you expect from a bunch of, humans?
I mean, they're short-lived. How much are they actually going to learn in their lives?
Not enough.
Clearly. Okay. All right, let me just make sure I wrote everything correctly. Okay. I got it. And I'll fold up the parchment and put it in my shirt. Like, okay. And I'll look at him. I'll give him a real hard look. I'm just like looking at his eyes, making sure there's no maliciousness before I say the next thing, and I'll be like, okay, I'll take the watch. Don't go far.
It's like half.
There are people still
half
trying to
over
kill
by now.
us.
Yeah.
Fair.
Go just far enough.
So he will raise an eyebrow
Thank you.
and stand up from the rock that he's been sitting on.
Sitting on, yeah.
And you realize he's taller than your brother.
Awesome.
He's about as tall as that orc.
Great.
As he'll gesture forward and offer a hand.
Nurse is just gonna pretend like the last 10 to 15 minutes of people interrogating her did not happen.
Blah, 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 blah.
And he'll look over your shoulder and make eye contact with Civ and wink, and 2 of you disappear into a pocket dimension, you assume, off of this plane of existence.
Yeah, that wouldn't be Yursa's first time in a pocket dimension. She's been with wizards before.
It's a lot nicer than a wizard's pocket dimension.
Awesome. Bonus points.
Bonus points. It is perpetually spring.
Oh, nice.
But you can see, at the edges, that the seasons change and the trees go through, if you watch the times of the trees go through spring into summer, into autumn, and winter in moments, in minutes. And it looks like those fading marquee Christmas lights that just kind of go through a pattern from the beginning to the end and then back. Same kind of thing. Beautifully done. And then he'll kind of solidify slightly in this kind of way, and you realize that this is kind of the closest he can get to being on the material plane, is really to pull you into this kind of demi-plane with him.
Yep.
He goes, "But I'm here to help we all have a very good time." And he'll lean an arm around you and pull you in from the waist and lean forward as long as you're okay with it.
This is great. And Yursa immediately does not think about anything back at camp, about how they'll probably talk about her while she's gone, about how we had to even wake up my brother. She's just not thinking about any of that, because she is convinced that he did not wake up until Ben woke him up.
I like that it's your soul just the least amount of concern out of everyone here. What the hell happens to it?
And while other Doc is gesturing for Barry White, it is not Barry White. Because Gathalin is a little bit better. He appreciates Barry White, but there's better music available, and that is and always will be Boys to Men.
Yep.
You know, there you go.
On
Electric 6.
Back at camp, if you two don't have anything to say, Ven or Gunnar, to continue the conversation, I'll just I'll look over at Ven and I'll be like, so do you have any of those books you just recommended, or
We
have
think
the red
we
stuff?
have at least the Sewell one.
Soul one? Why did
Yes.
I expect you have the Soul one of all of them?
Well, it's good to know what, in case things come up.
I mean,
things
you
follow.
could probably write it better than this person. I was like, what was her name? Borsak? Krizak? Saladak?
No, the that was the overview. The encyclopedia of the Empire Sewell is not named.
Oh.
But Ven recognizes
See?
it, and Ven does have a complete series of this encyclopedia, volumes 1 to 32. I don't know if Ven has it on them physically, but they do have the complete series.
It's probably in the bag. It's probably in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know, you should consider writing one of these. It's probably better than whatever this person wrote. You know a lot.
It's always interesting to see where the embellishments come in.
True, we talked about it.
Hmm.
All right, I think I'll start with. I mean, I might as well start with 17 if you have that one.
Yeah. That's good for the relevant information, but not necessarily good for anything else. It's a little bit of there's a lot of editorializing in there. Anything that says, "Oh, the greatness of the Sewell Empire" is usually suspect, so keep that in mind. But don't feel too bad. The God Business is it's always like this. It's confusing. It's a little infuriating. One of the benefits of the Wander doesn't ask us that much for Vendetta.
That's good.
Just
That's
more of a
hard
let
because
and
this
let
is-
live and wander around sort of fellow.
Dude,
So
why couldn't one of those gods curse Irsa?
I mean, they wouldn't.
Fair enough.
It's only the real assholes.
A couple things before we go back to sleep. In the morning, before we move anywhere, we must do whatever rites and ceremonies you have to purify Yrsa as best as possible. This way we can help protect her from whatever shenanigans are going on, because no matter how polite or kind a deity sounds, when they have something on the line, when they are conspiring together, there's going to be something that they are hiding.
Oh, I thought that was a given, but yes, we can do that. Make sure.
I don't like the idea of intervening on something as personal as someone's choice of faith, but I don't trust them to leave it to her as a choice.
You really shouldn't.
So, please prepare spells
She is your
accordingly.
kin, and we certainly won't object over that. Hopefully that once this business if we all survive it and souls intact, maybe this will be some sort of learning experience.
Yeah. I mean, it was good information that we got. Now we know that there won't be much politicking, and there'll be a lot more killing involved. I guess it's time that my uncle pays for his misdeeds.
As you should. That's a fucking dick.
Has been all my life.
Possibly tied up in some real nasty old magic, so must be dealt with.
Indeed.
Good. I was really not looking forward to just standing there for hours while you guys talked. This is going to be a lot more interesting.
I was not interested in it either, but I respect my father enough to not be rash in such situations.
More than apparently this side of the family, which is good. I'd much rather you than your uncle. I only met him, what is it, like once, and he was a total dickhead.
Oh, he talks down to everyone. Even my
Yeah.
father, just not in public.
Dickhead. Absolutely. I'll write that one down. If I ever write a book, I'll make sure to make that very, very clear.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll write a
book.
book.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to Reverie now that we have things settled or sorted, I guess. As much as they ever are.
At least they went to a pocket dimension, so sleep shall be at least somewhat peaceful.
And Sid,
For
you're
some of
okay
us.
with finishing out the last couple hours?
Yeah. I will.
I appreciate that.
And if you have any questions, feel free to wake us up.
Indeed.
If not, there's a long 12-day ride.
Mm-hmm.
I'll at least get through half of this book by then. All right, I'll go to sleep. I'll keep watch.
All right. Safe
Good night.
watch.
Can I get a perception check from Civ?
I would love to give you a perception check. Absolutely. An 11.
The forest is behind you. The plains out in front. You see the snow drifting. It's quiet. Pleasant. You don't feel the cold if you put your armor back on.
Really bundled up near the fire instead.
Mm-hmm. You see a snow hare for a moment, and then it hops away. But the quiet remains. The peace remains. And with that question, we're going to take the break early today because, I feel like this is the appropriate narrative point for us to stretch, bio, refresh, for me to get some more water, and then we can all come back and see, how things go. But stretch, everybody. We'll see you in a few. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you are stretched, refreshed, bioed. Everything is interesting. The day begins for our three figures still in camp. Gunnar, Ven, and Siv. Gunnar, I need you to make me that roll at disadvantage.
Damn it.
Ooh,
8.
that is a failure.
Yep.
So I need that hit die. Okay, not that bad. You're feeling kind of bleh, but not horrible.
Fair.
Then, Siv, by the time you've got breakfast ready, Irsa will have reappeared. And she just appears, right? Like, not even that level of like popping out of like a snow like daisies, but just, 1 minute your eye scans this way, and then you scan back, and then you look back again, and what was empty space now has an Ursa in it. No sound, no displacement. Ursa gets to decide how she feels. It was a very good night.
Very good night. Like, god tier above human levels of dexterity, constitution, strength, all that stuff. Cool. We'll say it was a 9.6 then.
Mhm. I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh, okay, cool. I'd love to do that for you. 80. My Cthulhu players wish I'd rolled that last week when I was eating them with dinosaurs with 8s and 6s. Yeah.
Good to know. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah.
I chuck a hammer after Irsa appears. When I notice that somebody random has just suddenly popped in. Throw hammer first, ask questions later. Like, Irsa, you can't just do that.
Well, technically it wasn't me who did it. But I did do it.
And I'll look up and he's like, you can't just do that to people. At least, like, that could have been dangerous for her. Oh, don't give me that look. It could have been dangerous for you. You're not in a rage. You're in the exact opposite of a rage right now.
Yeah.
Come on, sit down. Ven has made us breakfast.
Oh, great.
Like goofy, relaxed confidence.
Absolutely.
I think Ven will kind of step like, no. First, we must do the ceremony first.
Ceremony.
Brothers.
You didn't.
Yes.
I don't because you talked about the purification after Ursa left. That's usually what ceremony. Oh, is this to give me the axe back? Okay. I don't know how this works.
In the process.
Okay. What do I do?
I think it would be really fun if it was just like it was something that took like 2 hours of Ursa having to sit.
So what
like,
is
here, you must hold this stick, and then you also have to hold this rock.
It's like the most infuriating meditation you can think.
What is
balance this on your head.
And it's all made up.
Huh?
It's all made up. Yeah.
What is the goal for this ceremony that you're casting?
To like recenter Ursa to what, like, to realign her to how she was before the curse.
Roll me a religion.
20. Jesus, wow. The other one was
So
pretty bad.
I'm gonna backtrack this a little bit.
Yeah.
And my statement is going to be, without removing the curse, this ceremony won't work. So you
No,
can
no,
still choose to do the ceremony.
No. That's we are removing the curse. That's just kind of like the method
okay.
of.
I thought
that's
you were
just like-
casting. I thought you were casting ceremony.
Ceremony and doing like
spell.
the atonement.
The
yeah.
atonement
no,
step.
we're removing the
casting
curse.
remo-
It's
we're
just
casting
we're
remove curse.
just gonna it's gonna be a process, and you're just gonna have to sit still for like
Sit
3
still.
hours.
When the spell is like maybe
So-
10 minutes.
So as you do this, you realize that you can affect small level change of remove curse,
Mm-hmm.
but a step occurred that you are now past the point that remove curse itself, the spell, will not work.
Mm-hmm.
And as you going through this ritual of purification and ritual and recentering and refocusing, you realize that that point of no return was the moment that Ursa went unconscious.
Ah.
Because that point of no return was Hextor giving the gift and keeping her alive.
Hmm.
And intervening to keep her alive when she was supposed to die.
Mm-hmm.
So now she has to fulfill certain requirements to repay him. Well, not repay him, because that's not really what this is, but it's the he gave of himself.
Do I have any idea what this would entail?
Um,
Do we have any idea what it would this?
You could roll. No, because you have that special gift. You can synthesize based on discovering that this point of no return occurs, right? Like it's the realization that there was this point of no return, that if you could have cast remove curse earlier, it would have been fine. But now you're at the point of no return. You think back to the conversation you had last night with Gadthalan, and the point that he kept stressing of she will have a choice, that she will be given the opportunity for a choice, is his quest that he is offering her is a way to remove the curse enough that she can then have the spell take effect, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So rather than having her go on, it's almost as if Gadthalan and perhaps Hextor reached an agreement that to do a condensed quest to remove the curse rather than an extended go visit all of his temples and receive blessings from all of these gods kind of thing. There is an opportunity and kind of like a negotiation that if she completes this task, you could then remove the curse, right? It'd be like pulling it back to the moment just before that point of no return.
Okay. Well, then we'll finish. We have removed the shallower aspects of the curse, but the deeper part is
My gosh, it's gonna take
intertwined.
forever.
Well, we can't do
If the
it here.
shallow part took this long, it's gonna take like a week.
The good news is that you do what he wants with this new task that you have.
Uh-huh.
The curse will be reevaluated.
Oh.
And it will lessen its grip upon you.
That's great.
But
Breakfast?
it will be dependent on how well you perform this current task.
I've been told I don't underperform.
I mean, your soul is at stake, so hopefully not.
Never been a complaint. Not once. Well, except maybe in school. This isn't a scholastic task.
Not exactly.
For that
but
matter,
you-
we are thankful.
You will have to stay focused.
Yes.
That's all.
Don't
Cheers.
drop the X.
Don't
And
drop
then
the.
mark
drop
two
the X.
guys.
Yes.
Easy.
No, you just have to mark one for the curse to be reevaluated. We're gonna mark more than that.
You mean I'd like
There's
to mark at
certainly
least
more
two.
the people that deserve
Oh,
it
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying it's not part of the thing. There's just one in
Great.
particular you need
Cool.
to make sure you kill.
You kill him,
Alright,
and
then.
you don't have to worry about dropping the axe.
I'm not worried about dropping it. I pull out some belts. So I pull out my silk robe, some
Well,
belts.
that's certainly one way to.
Well,
But still take up caution. There could be certain like loopholes that Axter could technicalities. So
It's gonna be real hard for me to
keep the
drop
spirit
this
in
axe.
mind and keep the meaning.
so let's finish breakfast and
Breakfast.
I'll give her the axe.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we should
I'm
proceed
very
to
hungry.
put less time between when the axe is given and when it eventually hits its mark. So
Oh, of course.
anything good in the book?
I've made it. While we were waiting for Irsa's ritual to finish, I got through about 10 pages.
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
Absolutely.
We're all getting cursed.
9.
Pretty good.
You have a headache.
Yeah.
It
It is a
is a dense research encyclopedia.
like about 10 pages in. I'm probably gonna have to reread the last like 3 pages.
Uh-huh. I understand
Um,
that feeling.
Oh, it's
Reading can be hard.
incredibly dry.
It,
I have some books
you know,
that are more of the wet nature than the dry, if you'd like to read those instead. It's not a
I
dry
have
read, I
12
can guarantee
days.
that.
12 days to learn more about the gods' trickery. I would like to be prepared. No matter how difficult it is to read.
Well,
Then
I mean,
it's,
you can read anything once you get past. If you can get your way through that.
I think you'll
book.
like this one, and I'll pass it along. It's called From Shags to Riches.
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
not a dry read.
Put that in my backpack, I guess. All right.
good to see you
Um,
expanding your skill set. I never took you for being a nerd.
I'm
I'm
not a nerd.
not. She is. It's her fault. Looking at Irsa.
No, I just happened to. Someone gave me this book as a gift once,
Mhm.
and it would have been rude to not read it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Of course, I know many
He said I
people who would
really
gift
inspired
you
the material.
books. Interesting.
It was
Interesting.
the other
I see.
material, yeah.
I see,
They were an
I see, I
author,
see.
a writer, you know.
I'm gonna get on the horse now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start
Literally,
heading in a
that's not a
direction.
euphemism, right?
Yeah. No, I'm going
Okay.
in a direction until I'm told to go in a different one.
I guess it's time for us to hit the road. Before we do so, I will
Axe.
pull the axe out of my bag of holding and hand
Hello,
the
axe.
oiled up bone daddy back
Oh,
to Yrsa.
Bondade! Check that back on my character sheet. Choop.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'll take that axe and I will tie it to my arm.
There you go. Tie it to your arm.
Yep. I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that's not awkward.
Nope.
Not whatsoever. So as you make your way across these snow plains, minor
Metropolis.
hills of the north along the Kursk mountains, following the coastline towards Yalsplat, I need who's ever in charge of leading this expedition to please roll me a survival check.
All right, let's do it. 25.
So 25, It is cold. You're getting some snow on occasion, but that kind of drifting, more flurries than anything else kind of snow. You see where there are tracks that have come across, mostly animals that have, but you can kind of see where they've begun to fill in from the snow. It is biting cold. I need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I have a.
Do I have to make one?
No, you don't count. As long as you've got your armor on, you don't count.
How? Okay, does the Ring of Warmth negate any of that?
The Ring of Warmth will negate some of it, but I will let you have it at an advantage. But you're still gonna have to make the saving throw because it's not just warmth, because it's also the wind.
15.
15. 14. Ursa is a 9. Ursa, you are going to take 1 level of exhaustion from just the journey at this point. Chris, you do succeed, barely, but you start to feel it in your lungs. And you know it's going to be harder the next time you go. Civ has that nice shiny armor. That was...
Well, I'd like the record to show I had some nice shiny boots before this that also negated cold damage. So I've been prepared. I would have offered this to one of the other 3, but I assume
I've been told my method of
full.
seeking warmth is unconventional and not applicable during this type of travel.
Probably true. The horse doesn't want it. It does slow down. It does start to slow your progress because the horses are now cold.
No.
Right? Like, it is... Don't worry, I'm not going to kill the horses because horses, like dogs, have plot armor.
Much appreciated.
But they are getting cold and therefore are moving slower through the wind and the snow. It is, again, not a strong storm, but it is blowing, and it is enough that it makes visibility for most people difficult, but Ven is following as many of both the animal tracks and the wind, and knowing that kind of tingle of the salt spray. All of this is, information that is helping you follow along. The day itself is not... pleasant in any way. It is draining. You move through as you go on. By this point, it's probably late afternoon. Do you push forward or make early camp?
How far away are we? How many days left do we?
You think you've got about 10 days left.
Slow and healthy is better than fast and frail.
Yeah, it's 10 days. It's like that's early rest, especially since we've had such a rough going. Take a breather, give the horses a break, and we can all start fresh in the morning.
Could you roll me a survival to find some place to make camp that would be safe in these mountains?
Can I help by using my eagle eyes?
You can give help.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
So, not
Yes. Nice.
There you go. You can find, you realize that you're close to where the mountains are brushing the coastline now, and you're making your way further east. You find a outcropping that's become like kind of a natural encavement. Not one that's carved into the rock, but more like the rock has kind of grown up around itself. Various rockfall and other things, and slight erosion from salt air more than anything else has created this wind break. Not quite cave, but more of a, not quite like a outcropping kind of
Mm-hmm.
Like a
I have
large alcove.
Yeah, like a large
Yeah.
alcove. Gives you protection on 3 sides. Has enough of an overhang to kind of give you that protection across the top, but it is not very deep. But enough
have
to
a
be comfortable for you and the
question.
horses. You have a question.
Is the city that we're going to, is that on the coast?
Mm-hmm. You're all splat.
Great. Well, I'll say while we're at camp, making camp, if we really wanted to surprise them, they wouldn't expect us to come by sea, and I do have a boat.
Oh, you do?
You have a boat
I have a boat!
big enough for all of us and the horses.
Yes. I'll pull out my folding boat. That's my magic item. One of the ones that I took.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, we're kind of faux Vikings. One of us has to have a boat, and it's gonna be me. I'm gonna have the Horn of Valhalla and a folding boat. Yes, yes.
Hell yeah.
I like this idea. In the morning, we can head toward the coast.
Yeah, they'll probably expect us to come by land since we were riding horses when they last saw us. Is all,
Oh,
They
of
wouldn't
course.
expect it to be by sea.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
While we're setting up camp,
It's just 6 inches, inches long, 6 inches wide, 6 inches deep right now. A little
Gotcha.
piece of wood, and it would have the boat's name on the side of it, and the boat's name is the Seduction.
love it.
Mm-hmm. It was that or the Chum Guzzler, and it wasn't
There
a
we go.
fishing
There,
boat,
that was
yeah. The Seduction.
So I'll use Gunnar will use his shield to basically like a shovel
Mhm.
to like move as much of the snow that's blown into the alcove away.
Mhm.
And the idea is to use the horses, like encourage them to bed down
Mhm.
instead of stand, as a way to have them use their body heat to keep each other warm. And then it also creates kind of like a barrier of body warmth that we can also contribute and feed off of. I went the cavalier route, so now I have animal handling. And
Can you just roll me an
Animal
animal
handling.
handling just for?
Can I give you help with that? Because I also have it.
sure.
I can actually technically talk to animals because I'm a beast totem barbarian.
Oh, nice.
I can
That'll
give
be very
guidance.
helpful.
Guidance.
Oh,
Guidance
yeah.
and advantage.
Nice.
Yeah, I
There we
can.
go.
I can do beast sense, so we can actually use an animal as a spy to get into the fort first, and
Love it.
then I have speak with animals, so I could talk to our horses if we need to do so.
And plus guidance, 15.
Okay.
That's good
not great.
enough. They're cold and tired, so they're willing to
Mhm.
do what
Just like-
they need to get warm. So they'll
Just
take
like
your
whatever.
advantage. But yes, you have protection from the elements. You can make a full long rest. You are all alone in the night.
Yep.
Same order of watches.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
took this first so far.
I don't anticipating needing to wake anybody up.
You never really do anticipate that because you tell us beforehand if you.
I usually
thinking
do.
about it.
Last night was an exception, I promise.
Normally
Unless it
you aren't
happens again tonight.
surprised by these opportunities. They're
Normally I'm
usually
not. Usually I'm
planned.
the one bringing the surprise.
Very true.
Yes.
So standard watches. Then I need a perception check from I
Yep.
believe Gunnar is
first.
first.
Mm.
Me
Second.
first.
Oh no, sorry.
I like sleeping in. That's why I was up already when that guy came by.
Yep.
Perception 18, baby.
Fair.
18.
18. It's a magic number for me tonight.
You see that the wind is growing. The snow is growing heavier. You can
Don't love
taste
that.
the salt on the air.
That's nice.
You're
You like salty taste in my mouth.
You are inland, but you feel that it's enough, you're that level of inland that you can still...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe it to people who are truly landlocked, but there is a real... You can be within like 5 miles of a coastline and still know
The weather's
where that
just right.
The weather is
Yeah.
just right. You feel the salt in the air. You know that the coast is there. It's a thing.
It's making me want to pull out my boat.
You still have your axe, right?
I do. It's tied to my arm right now.
Good. I'm
Yep.
sure like I said, you can feel that this storm is coming.
Mm.
And it feels heavy,
Storms a brewing.
full of snow. And you see the snow kind of start to drift and rise. The wind is rising with it. But you also see, you can hear as you watch, you feel that ozone in the air.
Ooh, lightning snow. It's dangerous.
And there's nothing.
Glad
you
we're
can
undercover.
Yep, and there's nothing. I'm glad you rolled so well. Really glad you rolled so well. There is nothing you can see moving in the air outside, aside from the snow and the rise of ozone.
I'll just make note of that. Stay on my guard, be ready, and I'll wake up my brother when it's time, and I'll relay to him what I saw. Storm's coming, more snow. I smelled the ozone, so probably lightning. Snowstorm with lightning, not super common, but not unheard of.
Well, I'm glad we found a good place to hunker down.
Likewise. All right, well, good luck. Slap. Goes to meditate with my axe arm. It's like tied elbow down.
There you go.
Gunnar, can I get a perception check from you?
Sure. 10.
The snow is heavier. The wind is louder. The cold is biting. Even bundled up and sharing body heat in the smoldering remains of this fire. You do see a crack. You hear a crack, and then a bolt of pink-yellow lightning breaks the sky. Lightning snow. There's something compelling about it. It's natural, but somehow otherworldly.
It's quite beautiful.
Can I get a religion check from you, sir?
11.
There's something just calming for you. Centering. You've made a decision. And with that choice, that decision that you made to confront a problem that you had been not avoiding but per se, but more politicking, yeah.
Letting it be because of other people's wants and interests.
But you've made a choice. And now you're centered on that choice. And that decision feels right.
He'll take a moment to thank Cord for this opportunity. Specifically, the opportunity to, how should I put it, to persevere from then until now, from now until the decision is, or the choice has its resolution. Using the weather as a metaphor for all the other pieces. Not expecting anything in return, just reverence and appreciation.
So, as you are feeling that reverence and appreciation, and the day begins, well, your knowledge of the passage of time is such that you know that time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that instead of dawn, you have instead this rise of more snow.
Mm.
It's a strong, full storm at this point. And you know you're at a point of decision. Do you attempt to continue your passage, or do you attempt to wait out the weather here? Because you can see in the dark, but you still have limitations when it comes to how far you can see in front of you in a blizzard.
No, that's true. My instinct is that whatever is best for the horses.
I mean, you are at the point you are very sure, of would not be good for the horses at this point.
Then I would basically, as they're still sleeping, and dawn is approaching, I would stoke the fire rather than letting it continue to die.
Mm-hmm.
Using some of the wood that's in my bag for occasions such as this. And it's not my strong suit, but I would kind of look at other ways to fortify our little encampment.
Mm-hmm.
If that's like making more of a snowpack wall around the edge of it, or whatever the case may be. Just from years of adventuring and such, like, what are some of the things living in this area that I've heard people talk about, even if I may not be practiced at it, and attempt to fortify our encampment against the elements as much as I can.
Yeah, so you can begin to make a snowpack wall, a variety of choice. You can begin to do things like that. You all grew up and are native to the area, right? Like, you know what to do.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be some, for example, southerner attempting to drive through a blinding blizzard on I-95 with zero visibility and think that you're fine, right? Like, you're also not going to be someone who's like, oh no, I can't survive, I'm going to abandon my car on the highway. Like, you're neither of those two extremes. You know what to do to protect yourself, you know what to do to be safe, and you know that currently the weather is such that you should not be doing something.
Yeah. So, if there are any large stones that could be used to build up that wall a little faster, at least around the edges of where the alcove is.
Oh, do you
put
want help
them
with that?
What's up?
I said, do we want help with that?
Sure.
So I have what was it? What is it like?
You usually wake up early anyway, so
Yeah, because I have what was it? Melt stone, so we can maybe do that.
Oh, you have stone shape?
Stone shape, yep.
So I'm
And if we're gonna be here for
At least
some
a day.
time, yeah. 5 foot. I mean, it's not the hugest, but it'll be a 5 foot section that we
You
can.
could extend the alcove out for a little bit.
you can like put a 5-foot section on either side of the alcove to kind of like and point it outwards to kind of give yourself that windbreak barrier while still allowing a
Opening.
opening.
Right? Nice.
So yeah, Ven can kind of coax the stone into like the alcove that we would kind of like.
And even if it doesn't go out a full 5 feet, just to be able to keep the top cover as seamless as well. Whatever space that would give, so we still get a little bit more ceiling as well as wall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Max?
Yep, nope, totally understand.
Um,
You're gonna focus on that. Yep.
and I'll let people know the conditions are worsening. We shouldn't travel today, not if we value the lives of our horses.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
and there is
I'll
no
help out,
dire.
Ben.
And there is no dire reason to risk that. We have plenty of food. This alcove is more enough security and shelter. So
We may want at some point to walk the horses a little bit so they stretch their legs.
Easily enough
not-
done.
But not very far, just 10, 15 yards and back.
Can
All right.
I get a Constitution saving throw from
Yes.
Grinner at disadvantage because the weather
10.
is not being kind to you?
No.
10. You realize that it is bitterly cold.
Mm-hmm.
And while usually this would be a success, in this case, it is a failure.
I figured as much. I was starting to type the hit
Yeah.
die right now.
You knew that the DC went up because the weather changed. Isn't it a thing?
So I'm down 8 hit points.
Yep.
And 1 hit die, right?
Exactly. Down 8 hit points and 1 hit die. But the morning you awaken, Ven, you have successfully rebuilt the wall to give yourself some more added protection. You've got enough airflow that it's not going to become stifling. You're not concerned about, oxygen. But it is 0 visibility. You can hear the wind howling around you. The salt and air and sea are closer than they were the night before. You can feel the cold as you push the rocks to make these kind of shifts outward. You can feel the weight and pressure of the snow upon them. And I need everybody except Civ to make me a Constitution saving throw.
If anyone wants my Boots of Winterland to get through our time here, feel free to ask.
Yersa would accept cuddles to keep warm, but it did roll an 18, so
Yeah, you're fine.
17.
Just
Then,
thinking warm
however,
thoughts. I just pull out another book and read that, and I'm very warm.
Ven, however, is starts shivering and is suffering from 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh wait, I have advantage on that, right? Because of the ring.
Oh yes, the ring. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Correct. You are correct. That is a 17. Thank you for reminding me.
No worries. Ooh.
Sorry about that. That was me forgetting. We're good. But so you are not suffering from a level of exhaustion. You're just cold and not enjoying it. What do you do this day?
Is it crazy outside? Is it still awful?
You have 0 visibility. We are at the level of blizzard that you can't see more than 10 feet in front of you. You can see, like, if there was an object. So dark vision works in grayscale to begin with. So really that's, except for Ursa, who has a different type of dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Dark vision is not going to help you when it comes to a snowstorm, because it's just going to be there's a lump and there's a lump. But when there's no visibility in front of you, you can't see more than 10 feet in front of you. You could try to continue further if you wish.
How long? I mean, there's no leaving, really. I mean, we could, but it just wouldn't be good.
Just more reading, Civ.
Put that curse on me. You know, I read better on a horseback.
The horses are here.
Just sit on their back and
yeah. By Ursa logic, that is how that would work. Just sit on a horse and read. Ursa, by the way, is using like the axe as like the book holder opener.
Mm-hmm.
Like just using the axe to hold the book open, and then I lift it up to turn the page.
I mean, I guess we stay here. We stay here until things become visible.
Can I get everybody to make me a survival check? Or perception, your choice.
What is better?
I'll go survival.
They're both the same.
They're technically the same for me, but
29.
I will say I have better eyes, so I will go with perception. 23.
23. Okay.
17, 29, 23, 17.
Okay. Cool. The 2 17s. This is a full-on blizzard, right? This is a howling mess of a blizzard coming in off the water. This storm could last a day, 2 days, longer, right? This is a howling mess of a storm. The chill and the weather and the water itself bring the weather, and it's, you know that if you go out there, you could die very quickly. Yrsa, you've been mostly chill, but you've been thinking, kind of.
Somewhat. As much as I ever think.
As much as you ever think. But it was stuff more along the lines of like, ooh, wait, I have a boat. We could have our boat. You were...
Yeah.
It's not so much thinking as plotting and idealizing what you could do with your boat.
The things I could do with my boat.
Mm-hmm. The things that you could do with your
we're
boat.
We're always so landlocked. We're never doing quests by the coast. And finally we're on a quest by... My brother didn't even know I had a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Shows him. He didn't have a boat. Way cooler.
And then you're kind of like, this percolating thought in the back of your mind is...
Boats.
Boats and this weather bad idea. But then
Bad
again,
idea.
moving in any of this weather, even worse idea.
Yeah. All just sucks.
But it all just kind of sucks, and you're kind of pissed, and you're like, damn, this is a magical boat. I really wish this weather would clear.
Really want to take out my boat.
But there's something about it, like as you're thinking about that boat, and you're thinking about the water, and you're thinking about the storm, and this little like smell percolates through your nostrils, and it's not quite normal. There's something off about the
saltiness
salt
is
spray.
off.
Yeah, there's just something off.
And not the 2 ways I'm used to.
Exactly. Then you're kind of looking and you're watching and you're like, the wind is wrong. It's blowing from the wrong direction. The air is wrong. There's too much pressure, too much snow, too much heaviness in the air. This storm doesn't feel right. It's almost like the storm started right, but something's off. Something's wrong. Something not natural is occurring with this storm. There's something under. It's the wind. It's blowing leeward when it should be westward. You're too close to the coast for this kind of mistake to happen. The salt, the spray. Roll me an Arcana.
Yeah.
At advantage because, you not 20'd. Your survival.
27.
Yeah, somebody's taken control of this storm and is manipulating it. You're not quite sure exactly how far out they are, but you know that it could be within 5 miles.
I think then just kind of like you just kind of see them kind of stare out and possibly slightly absent-minded. This isn't natural. Someone is doing this.
I did think something was off about it. The salt isn't quite as it should be.
It's blowing wrong, and
Can you counteract it?
we would have to know where they were. This is the type of thing that you could be miles away, but not tens of miles, hundreds of miles. They would have to be relatively close by. But in this weather, everything is still quite far.
They would have to know where we were. How big can they make it? Just a few miles?
Possibly. This could be localized to within like tens of miles. But we have the idea that it's targeted on us. We are the ones it's meant to stop. And it seems that they are doing quite a good job with it. This is quite the violent storm. Wouldn't make it far out if we tried.
I like lots of things violent, but not storms. It's
How
hard to
long-
stab a storm.
How long can someone maintain such control?
Well, depending on their will. Days.
Mechanically speaking, you know it's at least 8 hours depending on how they cast it.
Yeah. They could keep it up for hours, days. This could, depending on how many, if it's not a single person, it could be indefinitely.
Do you have any way to wrest control away from them? Divine can sometimes cancel out the arcane.
Fortunately, the Wanderer does not have that sphere of influence.
Hold on, I can try divining where they are.
No,
I'll start to lift the axe. Oh, okay.
But
you
but
don't
we
want to
can,
owe him another favor.
but we can ask for some assistance, as distant as it could be. We could send that request out.
I think that would be a reasonable request.
Can't hurt to ask.
We will need to be alone for
Oh,
at least an hour.
I understand. Sometimes you have to be alone with a deity to do certain things. Yep.
We'll kind of they'll kind of give you a look of like, that's not
Sorry.
like you it's like you kind of like pushed a little further for like that. It's like oh no, they don't.
Yours is like, I've had a divine experience now too. I get it. Yep. It's okay. Yeah, bless her heart.
Mhm.
She's just.
So we will where's it? What's it called? It's on the list.
You're going to go for
It's not on
divine
the list.
intervention?
It's not on the list, but it's like it's on my day. Yeah, divine intervention.
So for divine intervention, you need to roll a D100.
And it has to be
It has to be below.
at or below a 10, right? Since we are 10.
Yeah.
There's a 10% chance.
Yep, 10% chance. Nope.
So this is what it looks like as Ven, to us as the viewers, not to the individuals in this cavern, but to everyone else. This request for aid goes out. Prayer from a powerful cleric dedicated to this god. Request for aid from a cleric that had been dedicated to this god for centuries. Millennia at this point. And it's not so much a lack of answer, or is more a lack of answer that would be immediately beneficial. But then that sword that you're carrying starts to warm at your side. Gunnar, Dream Singer, starts to glow. And it's not like aggressive or bright or anything. It's just like
Orcs are near.
that level of glow. And then it's not a hot heat. It's like a just pleasant warmth given the current temperature.
Because I'm bored, I'll just stand up and do my best Grayskull pose.
You're using your weapons to divine where they are. Why can't I use mine?
No, I'm just pointing it to the sky.
Could you roll me a performance? You have a choice here.
Huh?
Performance or athletics.
Oh, definitely athletics. Cord is this character's patron, so...
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Only a 16. Not as good as yours, though, but I do try.
No, it's okay.
No. It's perfectly fine. It's good enough. It's good enough for this. You feel a response, Gunnar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that there is something that is tied to this sword out in the snow, coming towards you.
Oh, this is brilliant, he says out loud.
Within
Alfred
5
is-
miles, but you know.
Alfred is on his way to us.
Oh, that's even better. We don't. Oh, but we don't get to use my boat. Unless I hit him with the boat. It does expand really rapidly. We could knock him out with the boat. Or at least knock him over with it, maybe.
That would be funny.
That would be a really funny way to use the boat as just a activate. So it just shoots out.
Just throw it
Make them-
as you're
make them
activating it.
dodge.
Yep.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So, do I think that, like before with the sword Ven is carrying, that Dreamsinger could lead us in the right direction?
Yep.
And do I feel, you said I felt the presence of the other sword moving towards us?
Mm-hmm.
Or just near-ish?
Near-ish, within about 5 miles. You can't quite gauge if it's coming towards you or not. You just know it's there.
Gotcha. 5 miles is quite a trek in this kind of weather.
Mm-hmm.
What else can your magic sword do?
Besides kill people, mostly just find other swords that are bound to it, or connected to it.
You think it's that priest making this storm?
I think so.
Oh,
Probably.
Yeah.
Chop, chop.
Here's what I think, or what I'm thinking, and you all tell me if you agree, disagree, or want to go another route. But say they've expended energy to cast a spell in order to control this storm. As we know, it has an end at some point. Do we wait until that time has ended to see if they're going to expend another spell to maintain it, forcing them to use multiple high-level spell slots? Or do we go now and seek them out, knowing that the visual impairment
Also hinders them.
also hinders them, giving both of us the same struggle?
Then, with that 27, you would know mechanically that this is a spell that could be ritually cast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, I think just having the cover of the blizzard would be good. And also, if he can also divining rod both of you and your swords,
I'm sure.
then that is a very obvious distraction.
If I
Or in
climb a
which-
tree above him, I could drop my boat on their heads because it weighs as much as a regular boat when it's unfolded. Just be like,
Or you
Definitely
could
an idea.
use your athletics and just toss it like a javelin.
I don't know if I could yeet a whole boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet the boat.
I could try.
It's an
I
interesting
can
tactic.
make it. I can't make it into its medium-sized vessel. I could definitely throw that, but the big one would probably do some good squishing. 24-foot boat,
No.
pretty heavy.
No, I'm just thinking you launch it into the air and then activate it.
I could do that. They would never see it coming.
Literally.
I'd
But that's only if
Mm.
there's a large enough group of them to make it worth it. Because
Yeah.
if it only squishes one person, is that really a good use
I
of
don't
that?
know. It could kind of still be worth it if they like scream
the right
really
person.
terribly.
No, but if it was a group of like 20, it
Oh,
would
if it's
be
one of those explodey
magnificent.
corpse thingies, that would be worth it.
Certainly.
All right, so we're going to use the cover of the storm. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well,
All
we
right.
could use the cover of the storm. We go together until we go about, I don't know, 4 miles, a mile out, we separate, in which Irsa and I can go off in the direction because they can't track us.
Yep.
Um,
We could
and,
focus on finding the caster of this storm. It might be a ritual, but if it's concentration, I don't know.
I still have my boots of the Winterland, which I think may interest at least one of you in the situation. You would gain you'd have to attune to it, but it has resistance to cold damage. You ignore difficult terrain created by ice or snow, and you can tolerate temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you're a little bit more bundled up, at least -100 degrees Fahrenheit. So, if nothing else, I think the difficult terrain might be worthwhile in this moment if we're going to be trekking at least 5 miles in a blizzard.
GM, I have a question. How many days have we been traveling since our last because I don't know if we like montaged or if it's just been 2 days.
It's just been 2 days.
Okay.
I would tell you if montage. We have not montaged.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
But somebody did teleport away.
Yes, I was just wondering how long it had been since then.
No. A little
2 days.
over 24 hours. Or 48. 48.
Yeah, 2 days because we've had two long rests. So.
Mhm. 2 long rests.
I was gonna say we're on our third day. Right?
On our third day, yeah, technically 3 long rests. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 long
we had
rests since the fight. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right then. I would say to give the boots to my sister.
I don't need it.
Is that the same as you won't use it?
I'd use it, but I don't need it. I'm very hearty, and if I'm feeling very impassioned, I'm already resistant to cold damage.
Yes, but are you resistant to difficult terrain since you're the one that likes to run the most?
No, but I move real fast, so like me experiencing difficult terrain is like normal people experiencing normal terrain almost.
Only when you're enraged, correct?
No, just normally.
No? Always?
I'm just 45 base walking speed. So I can move as fast as Ven does. If I'm in difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's true. You would do
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's out there if anyone wants to use them. But aside from that, yeah, I think we just kind of go head on.
The attunement. I'm looking. How many things am I attuned to?
Oh. Our attunement.
One thing. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, the axe. The axe would be a second thing. I have a
Your
spare
third
slot,
thing.
so I'm good.
Oh, do I have to attune to Dream Singer? I can't remember because I don't
yes.
technically have it on my character sheet.
You
Yeah.
don't actually have to attune to it. You kind of are automatically. It doesn't count.
Yeah, but
You are attuned to it, but it doesn't count against your attunement
Source
slots.
attunement slots.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's,
how about the
that's
axe,
the
then?
clarification I needed.
Does
Yeah.
the axe count against attunement slots?
No.
Okay. Not that it matters. I have 2 free attunement slots. Woo!
Nope. It's the joy of what's the word I'm looking for? Magical quest items
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
that want to be in your head.
Gotcha.
I don't want to be in your head.
One of us should take a Civ up on their offer. Ven, is this something that you would benefit from? You seem
One of
to be
you would
more comfortable
probably
than some.
be more. One of you probably be more useful to have. We have our own slight protection.
Fine, I'll wear the stupid boots. That's what you're
Awesome. There you go.
Thank you, sister.
Whatever.
All right, so you two divining brought us
What are these
towards
boots of? And I'm like, put it boots of Winterlands. Great.
Winterlands, yeah. So
them
you
on.
guys divine us and show us which direction to go, and then once it feels about 4 miles in, we'll split and do our best.
So,
You should maybe me have like a signal.
I do have my horn. I can't summon any more berserkers from it for another couple days, but it does still make a sound. I could signal that if we find them.
And Ven, how
And
far can
engage.
you speak to us in our minds?
100 feet, roughly.
100 feet?
I mean, as we go, we could have Ven just hum a little ditty in your minds, and as soon as you stop hearing it, you move back closer. That way you stay within 100 feet.
Well, I'm more concerned about the attack.
Yes.
Because they'll be expecting us to be in a little huddle. I just don't want to be fireballed again. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to be fireballed again.
Well, I mean, yes, that's
And
I feel that.
it seems we're going against a wizard, and that feels like a fireball heavy offense. That is my... I don't want to fall in a trap just because he knows where we are.
That's fine. I think 100 feet is enough to keep you safe.
Fireball would be pretty warm and toasty right about now.
All right, well, let's go.
right.
Leave the horses here?
Yes.
Or
Probably should, yes.
Yeah, I should leave them.
Yeah.
They'll
Safer for them.
wander off and freeze
tell
to
them
death.
to be safe.
Do you know
Ursa.
how long it'll take us to hike 5 miles in this storm versus ride?
I don't think the horses will survive. It's pretty gnarly out there. I put an arm out, and I'm like, oh, right. I grab Ursa's arm, and I pull... Fucking... You also can't feel... It's cold out there. It's real cold.
I know. It hurts to breathe. I get it.
Is
You
that
could've
like a
taken the
normal thing
boots.
for you, though?
What?
Hurting to breathe? Is it not like you're normal? You're like kind of sick in some kind of way, aren't you?
Yeah, but not like this.
Oh,
Cold
Brother,
is
what do you mean
piercing.
sick in some way?
sickly! He's a sickly big brother.
You know that I was lucky and survived when others did not, and it left you.
Yes, you're the strongest
fragile.
of the sickly. You one sickly survivor.
My God. Okay, we can have this discussion later. It'll take a while, but we can do it. And if they move closer to us, you guys can tell us.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I could also try to divine where they're at, but you said no, so I will
No.
only do that as a last resort.
Correct.
Okay, fine.
All right, so we're gonna go on foot then.
Yes.
All right then, we'll go on foot.
So as you make your way out of the shelter, I need everybody to make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Find any buttons.
6.
Wow. Okay.
18. 11.
Killing it.
And then Gunnar. Now
7.
7. So Gunnar, you know where the sword is, because the sword in your hand is telling you. But you're also still being slightly disoriented visually. from what you're going in the right direction, but it's more disorienting, disturbing. It's slower. Then you kind of are like showing Gunnar where you're supposed to be going. Irsa and Civ, you can still hear Ven in your minds, but it is much, much harder to see them.
Yeah.
And even the tracks that they are, even if they're like 5 feet in front of you, the tracks are being snowed over quickly. It is difficult for the more vertically challenged individuals to move.
I'm behind Nirsa. I'm on her.
You should absolutely be behind me. I will
Yep,
trailblaze this.
Yep. Go.
I can move fast.
I'm like holding you.
You can be you want to be my backpack? You can backpack it.
I'll get on there.
What is your
We are
strength
unhindered by
score,
difficult
Yrsa?
terrain. 20.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can carry the fully armored, plate armored dwarf.
Strength's my best stat, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am here for
charisma seems to be your most effective.
Yeah, you know? Muscles do a lot of the heavy lifting, you know what I mean?
Yep. Then you can also try and guide Gunnar, but
I'll like do like the
then Gunnar is your tractor trailer.
Yeah, it's grasping hand. Just like hold hands and make sure like you don't like separate.
It is slow going, however, as you move out. But you also feel that the sword itself isn't. It's moving kind of in a more east to west, but not in a pattern towards you, right? It's not moving further away from you or closer to you, but it's like moving in a small pattern in a general area. Then with that perception, you're almost thinking that it's like that whoever has the sword is trying to disorient you, right? And move it around, kind of thing.
Trying to do basically the opposite, kind of like counter,
attempting countermeasures, right?
Yeah.
In that case, we won't focus on the left, the right. We'll focus on the distance.
Exactly, like the distance,
general area.
Yeah.
Since the distance doesn't seem to be, that seems to be the fixed variable.
Yeah. And you working your way. I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw. Civ and Ursa are at and Ven are at advantage for this. Civ and Ursa, you're not going to take damage from this.
27, not 20.
Good job.
Oh,
17.
I'm ready to murder. I've got this axe attached to my arm, so I can't drop it.
18.
So 18. Oh, everybody's good. 18, 27, 22, 19. Everybody's good. You feel those of you who can feel the cold, feel cold, which I think right now is only Gunnar. Ven can feel it. They just are warmer. They know that the cold is there. It's just being overtaken by the warmth.
I got snug feet, warm feet, tromping through the snow. Got a backpack. Civ, we gotta go.
Go for it. You're working your way. It is slow going. It is plodding. The air feels heavier. It's colder. The sun is not out. You know it is daytime. You know it should be morning, but there is no sun. I need to check a thing. I need to check a thing on your character sheets, please and thank you. Hold, please. Okay. That's what I thought. And then.
Right.
Can I get Gunnar, Ursa, and Ven to make me a religion check.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've been reading.
Yeah, but,
They don't know.
but you're not religious in any way at the moment.
23.
I have advantage at 17. If not, it's a 4.
It's a straight roll for all of you.
Okay. Yeah.
All of you are straight roll by this point.
I had a very religious experience 2 nights
Have
ago.
you retained any of it, though?
I don't know.
Just the euphoria. Just the euphoria.
Let's wait 9 months and see.
Oh.
That might have been what that D100 roll was for.
Oh boy!
Oh, no.
I rolled
What'd
an
you roll?
80.
Oh.
Like I said, we'll see what happens.
Hey, son, you might get a little sibling here.
Mhm,
too.
Not the worst god to have a sibling from.
No. Easy to know.
A little
Then,
complex though.
Mm-hmm.
there is something inherently evil coming towards you.
Mhm.
Feeling of sulfur and decay, but the bad kind of decay. Danger and death and blood of the wrong sort. True evil marches forwards upon you.
I think, Ven in everyone's head is gonna be like, be on guard.
And as that statement is made, Ven, you see in the snow in front of you a figure illuminated as a sword erupts in flame. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh.
Do I also see a sort of a flame in the thing?
Oh yeah.
Great,
After Ven
awesome.
tells you, but
Yeah, cool. I just want to know because I could also go whoosh and have a weapon wreathed in flame. Like, you're not that cool, buddy. I can do it too.
true. But his smells bad and yours is not.
I don't know. I can't imagine mine smells amazing.
You
Yours
think I
doesn't
didn't
smell like
clean it?
rotten eggs.
No, sulfur versus Hexter.
Ah.
Yeah.
He's into the blood and the death and less the, evil of the
Brimstone.
hells.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end there for tonight because it's 10:45, and if we keep going, we will be way too late, and I
Way
know
too
how
late.
you all go.
Yeah.
So I'd rather set that confrontation and let y'all have that for the finale next week. So we're gonna go around, let everybody say where they're gonna be from, you can find them, share some joy, share some love, and I'll do my spiel at the end. But thank you everybody for being here. Thank you to all of my wonderful players. Thank you for Joy. Thank you for Tesla showing up right at the moment appropriate. Thank you, and why don't we go in reverse order? So we're gonna start with Lindy.
Oh hi, I've got a very attention-starved, never had an ounce of attention in her life cat right here, right now. That was fun. I'm Lindy, Laugh Love Lindy. My love for tonight, I just loved the chaos that we put that deity through, of just because I thought Civ would be cool to wake up, the cool person to wake up, and then we wound up waking everybody up. And now, and we almost had like a nice, just cozy hangout in an alcove kind of cave situation for a bit. And then we're like, oh, wait, no, evil's getting closer. We gotta trudge out in the snow. But I do love backpack Civ. And I wonder, since you throw things, if we could just keep you as a backpack and keep with my crazy, like, movement speed. Like, I don't know if we could have, like, dwarf hammer throwing backpack action. Yeah, like a battle turret in the blizzard. You can find me online with equally crazy ideas at Laugh Live Lindy. Tomorrow night will be Aliens, Shoulder of Orion. We are very excited. We finally got off the planet. Maybe abandoning people to die? Figure it out. We're all infected. it's. I mean, it would take a lot of time to save all of them, and we are also trying to avoid getting a hit murder squad from the company because Wayland Yutani sucks. Don't be a United States colonial marine. Don't do it. If you have the option, don't do it. Just don't. It's too many aliens. Too many xenomorphs. And on Tuesday, we normally have Ghosts of Saltmarsh, but it's a little up in the air for this week. But Wednesday, we will have Tracks of Terror. They've been eaten by T-Rexes, pterodactyls, velociraptors, trampled by triceratopses. What's next? I don't know, but they found secret rooms with weird writings on the walls and maybe a spooky crystal. So that'll be fun. And then Friday for I think the penultimate or the finale of Traveler as well. Both things kind of wrapping up at the same time. And then back here for the finale next week. That's me.
Indeed. Thank you, Lindy, for that joy. And then Lynn. Hey Lynn, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of this fun. Do all of the share all the love and joy and everything. I'm sorry, that was me yawning.
No
worries.
Apologies. No, I loved tonight. I loved everyone's taking part in this discussion, which was supposed to be a discussion between Sim and yours. So everyone had their part, seeing everybody's point of view, and yeah, you're so woke up the wrong person to get permission. No, why are you getting everybody? Everybody's up now. Just fun. But anyway, I'm Lynn. Gremlin Art, pretty much everyone social. You can find my art in those places. And next time you'll see me is on Thursday for third session of Daughters of Io, a Girl by Moonlight game where we could play a set of mech pilots, and it's we have just come back from a mission. I'm pretty sure our superiors are not going to be very happy with us. So that's I always love downtime in these sorts of, and we're gonna probably have a pretty momentous one. So yeah, be sure to check us out for that on Thursday nights on Valdrian.
Yep, all of that joy. And then PB, again, thank you for being here. Thank you for this joy. Thank you for giving us the best reaction to all of that.
To the what is it? The dieting instead of dating. Hi, I'm PB from @PB Plays Inside, where you can find me over on Twitch and Blue Sky @PB Plays Inside. I am looking forward to the confrontation, seeing how that all goes out. I love just the pure shenanigans that we all get into and how we all react to them. It's like you could tell that we've been traveling for a while together. With the way that we just react to one another's bullshit. So I love that everyone's reactions and the way they interacted with the random god sitting on a rock after having just been woken up was just amazing, and the way that you play the god prax is also really amazing. So I am just hyped. I'm hyped to see how things go next week.
That's fair. I'm hyped to see how it goes as well. And then, of course, Chris, thank you for being here. Thank you for playing with us. I love all of this, and I feel so bad for Gunnar.
Why is that?
Because he tried to sleep through all of this, and they just didn't let him.
No, that's true. He did his best to not interfere with his sister's shenanigans, but that was not in the cards. It was great. It was a great time. You can find me at Chris Gary on Blue Sky. You can find me here through the finale on Sunday nights, and hopefully you'll find me in other places in the future. Nothing concrete yet, but hopefully news to come. And I would say one of my favorites was the sheer actual surprise that Yrsa had a boat. That caught me off guard. Like
I'm
there's
a
a lot
good
of
Viking.
there's a lot of things that Yrsa does that doesn't catch like me, the player, off guard. But for some reason, that one really did. Be like, you have a boat? Why? Yrsa clearly is the better Viking. That's what we've learned tonight. So, in that, with that in mind, I encourage you all to find these players everywhere that you can, and hype them up as much as you can because they bring joy to many.
Well, thank you for that. As for me, I am your friendly neighborhood Prax at Dearjanonlan on Twitter, although I don't really use that anymore. Prax the Bard over on Instagram and Hive and Blue Sky. And thank you all for being here. Thank you to my players. Thank you, all of you. We're going to see what the finale brings next week. If you want to support us all, hey, there's a Ko-Fi. It goes back into the running of this channel, production, all of that kind of stuff. There's also a merch store for the wonderful Barbarians with Body Counts merch that exists. Thank you to the fabulous KY Hawkeye for the wonderful project that he and Lindy created of the Deity dating game. Props to the both of you. It's absolutely fabulous. But if you missed out on anything, hey, there's a YouTube. You can check out all the videos. It's also up as podcast. Enjoy, have fun. And there will be next week, well, tomorrow probably I'll be doing more running around is my Arvok, my Kunari mage crow in Dragon Age Veilguard, he of the luscious hair. God, I wish I had prestidigitation just for perfect hair. Like, that's it. That would be in cleaning up my room. But, like, prestidigitation for perfect hair every day. Done. And so there'll be more of that tomorrow. Maybe other times this week. Don't know. My schedule this week is all up in the air. Definitely, probably Sunday, though. Saturday, though. Sunday we'll be back for the finale of Greyhawk. And next Sunday, we will be dark on the 25th. But I will be participating in a charity stream, and because the official announcements haven't gone out yet, I will not give you more details, but you take a look at that. And then on Monday, there will be a charity stream here on Memorial Day, both to support Fisher House Foundation and for all of the good things that we do. But I'll post more about that when we get more details that I can share with you all. But again, thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for cheers and benefits and just all of the love that you give when you guys hang out. And the shenaniganry in the chat is great. I am here for all of it. But we should see if there is anyone up there in the world to raid at the moment. Oh, Cybernation Uncensored is playing their Blade Runner game. We should go let them. We should go. They're wrapping. They're going for a little while, so they might. We should go raid them and send them some love. We'll see everybody next time for the finale of our Greyhawk campaign. Bye.